Hey everyone, this is AP, also known as Artistic Punk on social media. Welcome back to the punk side. If you do not know who I am, go ahead and check out my social media down in the description below. And also check out my website, artisticpunk.com. That will also be in the description below. So I know I've been telling you guys about I'm gonna be doing story times. And there's this one story time I just have to get off my chest. Like, oh my god. Have you guys just ever just did not get along with an art professor? Like, at first it was cool, but then they just did something that it just pisses you off. And they said it was an accident. Yeah, okay. If she ever watches this video, which I hope she does, I hope she's having like the worst time of her life. Like, legit, I hope she is. But oh well, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I just did not like her at all. So this is about like 3 to 4 years ago, and I was at school, on like the announcements, just checking it out on the school website, and I saw that we're having like a art exhibition, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce that word. So I saw that we're having that, and I was like, ooh, that's cool. At that time, I still didn't, do anything. Like, I didn't really go to art walks. Like, I was just, still, getting an emotion of being, an actual artist and trying to get my name out there. So, of course, any artist will say, oh, this is, the best, thing to get your art out there. And I emailed her because, I'm a digital artist, so I'm asking if it's okay for me to actually be in that art exhibit. She said, yeah, that's cool. And I also asked if it was okay for me to be a different student, because at that time, if you're it was the same district but different schools. So I went to a different school, but I was just taking classes there. And she was like, oh yeah, that's totally fine. I'm like, okay, cool, bet. I'm going home. I'm done with school. I'm like, yo, I got this new artwork that I'm trying to do. Actually, I have this artwork before, a long time, because I was doing it for a magazine, and come to find out, it didn't really go anywhere. So I was like, okay, cool, might as well just use it for this. So the theme for the art gallery, I'm gonna just say that because I cannot pronounce that word. It was something about oppression or something like that. So I was like, yo, this artwork is perfect. It is perfect for this gallery. So the next day, this is during the weekend. The next day I went to Michael's and to Staples. Had to print out my artwork. I got a good frame for it. I'm making sure that this looks good, because this is probably my second art gallery at that time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's my second one. And dude, that picture looks so good in that frame. Oh my god. So the next day, which was probably a Monday or a Tuesday, I can't remember that well, I went to her office. But the thing was, her office wasn't really an office. It was how should I say it? Office within an office, basically. So I went up in there and I gave it to the front desk lady, and I made sure, I'm so who's this going to? She said, oh, it's going to the art professor who's handling that art gallery. And I'm like, okay, cool, just make sure it's in the frame still. Y'all remember this part: my picture, my artwork, my design was in the frame. I'm just gonna say that it's in the frame. My artwork just got printed out. It's in the frame. I just remember that. Just remember that. So I gave it to her, and I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm going back to my graphic design class, and I was telling my art professor there, well, my graphic design professor, and I was showing him the picture. He was like, yo, that's cool. So when is it? Because he was gonna go down there and check it out. And I said, it's someday, because I really can't remember the day that it was on. I just remember it was during the week, the school week, because I did have to go to class that day. And He was like, okay, cool. That like I'm gonna go down there and check it out. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm on social media, y'all, saying, oh yeah, go ahead and go to this school. I mean, if you're in the area, go ahead and check it out because you know my artwork gonna be in this art gallery. Yo, I had so many people that day texting me saying, yo, that's so good, congratulations. I'm like, yeah, like you know, we finally doing something with our lives. So a couple of weeks later, it was in November. Yeah, I turned it in like September. I'm lying, it's not November, it was October. I turned it in September and the art gallery was in October, I'm pretty sure. And, you know, I legit took the bus to go to that school because why? I did not have a license at that time. So on the bus, you know, excited, trying to humble myself, getting like so excited to see everyone there. Yo, when I got there, it was mad packed. Like, it was mad packed. And me being me, okay, before I even get to that part, let me describe what it looks like. So it's like two slabs, like, it was two, I'm pretty sure it was two slabs, and then it had the front and the back side. And it was like in this building with like a bomb cafe that I'm always in. And like I said, it had two back sides. One backside, of course, filled with like a smaller images of art, and the other side was just, you know, bigger artwork. So I'm walking around. I was like, oh my god, like these are some good artists up in here. Like, why I haven't met them yet? Let's do a collaboration. Like, let's get into it. And I'm walking around. My artwork is not there. Why isn't my artwork there? I went to the front and to the back multiple times. And it's still not there. It's still not there, y'all. So I saw my graphic design professor. He was like, yo, where's your artwork? Show me. And I'm like, I don't know. I truly don't know. And I saw some of my followers, they're like, hey, where's your art? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I truly do not know. I'm getting pissed off. I went to find like one of my other professors, like a really old professor of mine. And I said, oh, I have a question. Where's my artwork? She was confused. She was like, oh, I'm only in charge of like the honor student artwork. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, who's the person who, you know, created this? She was like, oh, well, she's giving out a speech right now. I'm like, okay, cool, because I'm going to wait till she's done. By the way, I never met this lady. This is my first time going up to her and talking to her. And, you know, like 10 minutes later, during that 10 minutes of that time of her speech, me and my other professors were really trying to figure out why my artwork was not there. Like, we're really trying to figure out. So 10 minutes later, we went to, I went up to her. You know, she talking to this other lady. I had to cut in because I was being really impatient and I was pissed off. So I said, excuse me, hi, yes, why isn't my artwork up here? She was looking at me confused. I said, yes, I had artwork that was supposed to be up here. Why is it not up here? She said, oh, well, some of it couldn't fit up on the slabs. So, you know, we just couldn't put it up there. I said, well, if it couldn't like fit up there, why didn't you call the artist so you can, you know, like, well, we could just go ahead and take it home, because why are you holding our artwork hostage? You should have just emailed us and be like, oh, well, we can't fit your artwork. Maybe you can come participate next time. That'll be totally fine with me. But she didn't do none of that. She legit just said, well, we couldn't fit it up there, so we have it up in storage. I said, storage? No. I said, well, can I get my artwork like afterwards? She was like, yeah, sure, that's totally fine. So I told my graphic design professor what was going on, because he was actually like helping me from the start, like to go where I need to go. And she was like, she said, come and get it back later. So I'm like, okay. Later comes, which is the next day, by the way. I went to that little office and I looked at my artwork. Tell me why the frame was missing. I told y'all to remember that part. The frame was missing, right? The artwork. Remember I told y'all the artwork was crisp. crispy clean, bro. It, oh my god, it had makeup on it, like makeup on the back, like literally, like she put her whole face on it. She like stepped on it because legit a whole footprint was there. She bent it, and like, oh my god, like it was such a mess. I was so pissed off. By the way, my artwork was talking about oppression. I legit had a Bible verse in there that was talking about oppression. Bro, I got home so quick. I emailed her and my graphic design professor, and I let her know why is my artwork damaged and why is it missing a frame. And she took forever to freaking answer. So she was like, "Oh well, I couldn't really do much about that. We had to take the frame off because, you know, we had to put another frame on there." I said, "What? No!" Like when I was over there at that art gallery, I did not see anyone like frame, like no new frame up there. Everyone had the basic frame from freaking Walmart. Yes, I am going in right now because I'm still mad till this day. So we're going back and forth. I still have the receipts for this. I have all the emails, and I went to that bougie office again. Tell me why. I went up there and they did not do anything about this, bro. And she ended up transferring to a whole nother school because I was so close to suing her and going to the dean of the arts at that school. She did not want to be anywhere near me. Come to find out, she also did the same thing to other students. So at the end of all of this, I did not get anything back for my my artwork. She left the school. I never talked to her ever again. And I never did another art gallery at that school ever again. So moral of the story, don't do any no art galleries at your school unless you know the professor. Also, I hope you guys have someone that you're going to the art gallery with, or someone who's doing it with you, so you know what's going on. But other than that, that's the end of this story time, and I hope to see you guys next week during another speed paint. I will not be having another story time, and I hope you guys like, subscribe, comment, whatever you want to do, and have a blessed day, and welcome to the punk side.